Hi, welcome to 30 Minutes with Andrea. Glad you're here. What I want to start with when we do yoga is the practice of breathing, because the most important part of yoga might be the poses, but it's actually getting into the poses and staying with them. And the way we can do that is with our breath. So if everyone can join right now, get in a comfortable seat. We're going to start with what we call an ujjayi breath, an oceanic breath. When you close your eyes and you hear the sound, it does sound kind of like the ocean. So let's all close our eyes and breathe in. Let's hold for a second. And breathe out. You can kind of almost hear it. It's almost like having a conch shell next to you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breath is important with the practice, because if we exhaust ourselves or we take ourselves too far and we don't complete our breath, then we will not get into the poses and we will not complete everything that we need to. So within the practice that we're going to have today, please remember breath, keep it going, keep it flowing, keep it steady. So what I want to start with, we need to wake ourselves up in our spine. So I want to start with some cat-cows. Let's come into a tabletop. And we have our arms, knees. And what we're going to do is we're going to go with our bellies low and looking up into our cow. Breathe in. And our cat, we're going to just push ourselves up like a cat scared in a window. Breathe out. Breathe in. Get that belly elongated and look up. Breathe out. Let's take a few of your own. If you kind of have a little bit something different, you want to move around, get a little bit of stretch over in the left and the right, your practice, please feel free. I'm going to stick with the cat-cows because those are my favorite. We'll do a couple more at your own pace. When we are ready, let's come back up to a neutral spine to tabletop. Shake it out a bit. Now what I want to show you next is pose of the child, or a child's pose. What you want to do is you want to put your feet together, knees out, and we want to go ahead and extend our arms wide, okay? So you can put your chin down, or you can put your forehead down, whatever feels best for you. Now, one of the great things about this pose is that this is where we come to for rest. Classes that you might take might be strenuous, they might be hot, they might be long. We don't want you to leave because then we can't take care of you. This is a great pose to come into when you need a break or you just want to kind of stretch out. Remember, always come in to child's pose if you need that rest. Now with child's pose, let's go ahead and take up our left arm. Go ahead and spider up on the right. Oh, and let's go ahead and just work this one out. Give me some big swirls. Or even if you want to do a little wrist dance, up to you. Let's go ahead and thread that needle. We're going to bring it under, and we're going to have our left ear to the mat. We're just going to stretch that shoulder out. Spider up on your fingers, or if you'd like to take a bind, it's up to you. You want to lay your arm flat, anything that works. Put your leg up. It depends where you are and how you want to do it. It's your practice. Breathing for 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and take that out. Ooh, reach it back up. Let's stretch. And we're going to go to the other side. Spider up on those lefts. Let me get that right arm. Oh, let's work this out. You have no idea how much stress you really do have in your shoulders. Get that wrist if you want. And let's go ahead and thread that needle. Let's get right ear to the mat and we'll just spider up. Go ahead if you want to bind. Put a leg up. It's your practice. Whatever you feel that you need right now. And let's breathe. Breathing for 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do one more, it just feels too good. 4. Oh, let's unwind. Let's get that arm right up. And let's come back to a nice neutral tabletop. Now I'm gonna take our first down dog of the day. So I want you to go ahead, get on those toes, push yourself back, and we're gonna paddle out our dog. A lot of tension and stress are in the calves, pedal that guy out. If you want to come forward, go anywhere you want to kind of stretch yourself out. Let's go ahead and take the left leg up, and let's just, put it over. Circle that leg out. Circle out the ankle. Yeah. A couple breaths here. Let's bring it down. Let's do the other side. Take it up. If you have any cracks, it feels great. Sounds even better. Oh, that's good. Okay. And we're going to demonstrate the first vinyasa of the series. Now, I have a shoulder injury to the right, so you might take full vinyasa. I'm going to do knees, chest, chin. So, vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or full expression if you'd like. Come up. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. I'm going to do something a little different. Let's come to the front of our mats. Let's come up into Tandasana. Breathe in. We're going to go into Pada Gustasana and Pada Hastasana to get a little more stretch before we get into everything. So let's come down. Breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to do Pada Gustasana, which is a yogi toe lock. We're going to take our 2 first fingers and grab our big toe. Breathe in, come up. Breathe down. And then you want to have your chest to your legs, but if you're not there, no big deal. Just make sure you get that nice stretch. Let's hold it for a few breaths. Let's go ahead and unravel. And since we're already down here, let's go to Pada Hastasana. Come up, breathe in, halfway lift, and go down. We're going to take our hands and put them under our feet. This is also called gorilla pose. And it's a little hard to kind of like make yourself even, so if you can't get it all the way, no big deal. But get those toes as close as you can, and we call it giving their wrists a little like massage. So, let's go ahead. Halfway lift, breathe in. And relax, go out. Now let's hold this for a few breaths. You want to raise one heel, go for it. Another heel, go for it. Hey, maybe you do both. Just don't fall and bother your neighbor. Okay. All right, let's let that go. Perfect. All right, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, go out, and let's all come up into Tandasana. Breathe in. We're going to start our series with some Sun A, starting with Skama A. So, Tandasana. Let's go down. Halfway lift, breathe. And jump or step, however you need to get there, into your Vinyasa, Chaturanga. Breathe in, up dog. Breathe out, down dog, and let's hold it for a few. 1, 2, I don't know if you like counting, I do. Let's get to our mat. You can step, hop, or float, whatever you'd like. And come up halfway, breathe in. And down, breathe out. Come on back, let's Tadasana this one. And we're going to do the same thing if you remember. So breathe out, come down. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale. And step, hop. Get all the way back how you need to your Vinyasa. Come up, breathe in, up dog. Breathe out, down dog. And maybe while you're here, you want to pedal out a little bit more. You maybe need a little more flex. Go for it. We have a few breaths. 1, 2, 3. Now I said maybe 3 Surya Namaskars, but let's go into the leg series. From down dog, I want you to take your left leg and pull it through. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana A, Warrior 1. Now I want your back foot parallel to the mat, pointing the toes out to the right side. Now it's going to kind of feel like you want to go this. Your hips want to be in front. Take your arms, raise them up. You can either interlock your fingers, you can do your pointers, or you can just go. Interestingly enough, you want to have this leg nice and parallel. I remember a teacher once told me, think of a pineapple sitting right there. It would probably fall, but think about it anyway. And let's go with a couple breaths. Let's go ahead and open that up to Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. Same stance, but we're going to bring our arms out. Drishti is going to be in the middle finger. Stare at that and make sure your arms are parallel with your mat. You want to bring it down a little? Go for it. Don't collapse. Biggest point. Let's do a few breaths. Third breath, breathe in. Now from here, we're going to do Utthita Trikonasana. I want you to straighten this leg out, keep your stance. Interestingly enough, this is going to pivot, okay? We want it to go down, so make sure you have a good one. Take your left and get it down. Now you might be here, you might be here, full expression is here. Just don't go like this. We don't want to enclose on ourselves. It's important. We're going to take our left hand to the sky, and we want to make that our focal point. If you ever come to this pose and you're confused and you think, am I doing it correctly? Take your other hand. If you're up with these two, you're utilizing your abdominals and you're keeping this straight. Let's breathe for just a couple. Excellent. Come back up. Let's rebend the knee and we're going to go into side angle. Let's take our left, put it down. Let's raise it right. Now you can do a couple things here. You can be here, you can be here, you can be here, or you can bind. Bird of paradise, whatever's in your practice. Please feel free. Couple breaths. Let's come up. Let's counteract that with a reverse warrior. Take your hand either down or around, whatever you like. Let's come into runner's lunge. Stretch that out. Oh, cool it out with a vinyasa. Excellent. Now remember, what we do with one, we do with the other. Let's take our right foot forward. Virabhadrasana A. Come up. Perfect. Let's have a couple breaths here. One more, because it just is so great. And let's go ahead and come to this side. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana B. Let's have a few breaths here. Remember, we want to keep this leg nice, low, and parallel. Look at your drishti, your middle finger. Now let's straighten the leg and go to Trikonasana, triangle pose. We want to make sure we dip the hip and we look over this way. And remember, full expression might be your toes. It might not be today, but never collapse in. You want to make sure you're keeping this straight and your abdominals working. All right, let's re-extend. And now we're going to go into side angle. Remember, you might be here, you might be here, you might be here. You might go ahead and bind if you want. You might want to do a bird of paradise. It's your practice. You have a couple breaths here, so you choose. All right, birds, come on down if I have you. Come back up. Let's do a counter twist. Oh, reverse warrior. Go down your leg or across. And let's come into runner's lunge. Look up. Breathe in. Out, down dog. Go ahead and wash that out again with a nice vinyasa. Breathe in, up. Breathe out, down. We're going to get started on a seated series, so I would like you to come to your mat. I don't care how you get there. You want to go any way you want. Jump, get in a tabletop, whatever makes you comfortable. Let's go ahead and put our legs nice and front. We're going to go into Dandasana with the staff pose. So we just want to get that sacrum. Ooh, make sure it's nice and spread and you're comfortable. And sit up tall. We're going to go into Parichasana. I want to grab our big toes and just kind of stretch it out. So let's come. Oh, get these guys. Well, you might be here. You might be here. You might be here. Either way, we want to get that stretch. It's your practice for what you need to do. Oh, let's breathe for a few. Excellent. We're going to start with the left side, so we're going to go Janu Shirshasana, excuse me. So we're going to take our left leg, let's put it into our pelvis. We want the heel to come right into our pelvis. And there are 3 points to this one. I'm going to go with A, but if you're more into your practice, please feel free to go in B or C. Just make sure you don't exert yourself. So we can go A, we can go B, we can go C. It's really up to you. But either way, let's get a good stretch. You might not be here, or you may be. It's up to you with your practice and what you want to do. Let's all breathe for 3. Come up. Now, I'm going to do a little fun one because I love Marichyasana. It's not for everyone, but I love binding. Let's take our left and put it in as close as we can to our right inner thigh. Now, we want to take our left arm and put it around the leg. You can use a towel or you can use a strap if you have it. If not, you would take your right and you would meet your fingers and bind. This would be full expression if you had the bind and you put your head down. Now you might want to be here and put your head down. That's fine. You might use a strap and put your head down. It doesn't matter. But either way, this is the full expression. So let's go for it. We're going to put our heads down. We want to get our head to our shin, forehead to the shin if you can, or inside of it. If not, you can stay here. Really, again, up to you and your practice. But let's breathe for 3. Excellent. Let's unwind and wash that out with a vinyasa. Get to it however you want. I'm going to cross my legs, and I'm going to come to down dog, and I'm just going to do a real nice, simple knees, chest, chin. Breathe in, up dog. Breathe out, down dog. And we're going to do the other side, so get to the mat however you'd like. Ooh, come to Dandasana if you want to shake it out, shake it out. Ooh, and let's go ahead and get that stretch with the big toes again. Maybe a little farther this time because you've been stretching out. go ahead and have our few breaths here. Let's come up. Let's take our right leg. We're going to put our heel into our pelvis. And what we want to do the same thing. You can lock the toe. You can have the thing. You can go all the way around and grab your wrist. It is up to you in your practice. Just make sure you're breathing. And 1, 2, 3. Let's come up. Let's get some Vrishasana. Make sure we bend that right leg. We take the right arm, we go around. We want to remember, bind it with our hands. Use a strap, use whatever you want, but just make sure you're not exerting yourself. Let's breathe in, and let's go down, breathe out. Full head to shin or knee if you can. If not, no biggie. Let's come up and unwind. Let's rinse that out with another vinyasa, however you want to get there. Knees, chest, chin, breathe in. Breathe out. And we're going to come down again, but I want us to go into tabletop. I'm going to take you into one of my favorites, frog. It's not everybody's favorite, but I love it. So, what we want to do, full expression would be to pull your entire thighs out and have your pelvis on the floor with your toes turning out, like a little froggy. Now, you might be here. You might be here. It doesn't matter. It just means you need to have what's comfortable to you. If you'd like to put a block under your pelvis, your sacrum there, that's perfect. We just want to stretch the inner thighs and make sure we put our little toesies out like we're little froggies. And let's breathe here for like a good 5, maybe 6. One more breath for good luck. All right, straighten out your legs. Give them a little shaky shake. Hit that mat. And let's windshield wiper those guys. I know that's not fun for everyone. Let's come to a tabletop. Optional vinyasa if you'd like. We can all meet in down dog. I'm going to skip the vinyasa to be honest. And down dog. Up to you. But meet us down and seated, because we're going to go into our final series here. Let's all lay on our backs. You know what's a good counter stretch for frog? Happy baby. Let's get those legs. Let me get those hands on the outer feet. See if you can just rock side to side. You want to do one leg out maybe. Another leg out. You want to do 2, or you just want to do happy baby. Up to you. Counter stretch that frog. Oh, perfect. Few breaths. Let's take another real deep one. Release. Let's put these legs up for waterfall. This is a great stretch. If you work on your feet all day, or if you work in a chair all day, it's a great stretch regardless. It's really good if you come to it at home and you put these against a wall, stay there for minutes. But for right now, if this is where you want to stay, great. Flex your feet. Let's put our hands up for tiger. Now this might be where you just want to stay. Perfect. But I'm going to do a little shoulder stance. Now, I don't know about you. I always like to tuck my shirt in just because. So for shoulder stance, we're going to come up. We're going to come in small of our back and get our legs straight. Do not move your head.
I was really appreciative when somebody told me that because I moved it a couple times. Shoulder stance is great. It gets the blood flow running back through your whole body. With everything we've done with the legs, it's a great place to be. Let's do a few breaths here. Wobbling a bit is good. Wakes up your nervous system. And if plow is in your practice, let's go into plow. Go one leg at a time or both. Want to make sure, again, don't move your head. You got your arms out. Now let's have a couple of breaths here. If deaf man's pose is in your practice, go ahead and take your knees, pull them into your ears. Give a nice squeeze. And wherever you are, let's come down one vertebrae at a time.
Now, just because we need to do a little bit of counter, we're going to go with one bridge. Let's bring our feet together, close to your buttocks, and you want to lift up. You can take your hands and your shoulders under, if you can have that. If not, you can use a block, or you can simply go like this. Really, it's up to you. We're just going to do a nice counter back stretch on this one. Good for the spine. Have a few breaths. Now let's come down. Let's do some stretches to kind of get over everything we did. Let's take our right leg out, left leg in. Let's take our left leg over, swan twist, put our arms out, and take our gaze over to our left. Really stretching out that spine. We worked on it. Need some breaths up in here, a few really good deep ones. Let's come back and we'll do the same thing on the other. Put that left leg out, that right knee in. Let's take it over for its swan twist. Let's look over our right and breathe. Now, let's come into center. We're going to go to Supta Baddha Konasana. Let's bring the soles of the feet to touch and put them down on the mat. You might be here, just like frog. You might be here, or wherever. Just whatever aligns with your practice. And let's stay here for a few breaths. Now you're welcome to stay here, or you can go ahead, get those legs out, and put those palms up, and welcome to your Savasana. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. Just do not bother your neighbor if you decide to leave. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice. Namaste.